Good evening. Welcome to the June 6th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, I'd ask for any additions to this evening's agenda.
None here.
We'll need to read and approve, post as necessary, the minutes of the May 16th regular board meeting, as well as the May 19th special meeting with Clark Cowlitz Fire and Rescue. Or actually, May 19th special meeting and the May 31st joint meeting.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Correspondence this evening. I did see one item, a thank you card for a mutual aid response.
Thank you from Cowlitz Fire District 5. Thank you for the assistance by the technical rescue team. Rescue along the Kalama River. It sounded like it was pretty difficult access and extrication.
Thank you. Was that a recent response?
Last week.
Yeah, last week. Oh, okay.
There was 6 members, and that letter all went into their personnel file as well.
Oh, great, great. Correspondence, citizen communication. Citizens wishing to communicate with the board this evening can do so using the YouTube platform. There is an option for you to type in your questions. That'll be monitored throughout this evening's meeting. And, I didn't see any committee reports this evening. Moving on to the consent agenda.
We have health and safety.
No, not tonight.
Second.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
He seconded, I will say aye.
Aye. Consent agenda is approved. Chief's report.
So for personal action report this month, we have a number of anniversaries and a number of injuries. So Clint Greeley, 27 years of service. Myself, 24 years of service. Chief Newberry, 24 years. Paul Olofsson, 24 years. Ryan Reese, 24 years. Pat Claflin will be retiring June 28th of this month. Chris Grant retiring the end of this month on June 30th. And then we have a number of personnel off. We have Jordan Scott and Tony Losbeck currently on light duty. Bill Dunlap, Dave Fisher, and Gary Stallings are off on an on-the-job injury. And Ashley Mitchum and Amy Culver are both off on an off-the-job injury.
Thank you for that.
And as far as for the facilities update, Chief Newberry is sick this week, so there's no formal report, but I'm glad to let you guys know that we got our permits on Friday.
Great.
For which?
Station 61.
Right, we already have one for 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still have to do our pre-con for 61, and then we'll have them officially in hand, but they're ready to go.
Okay, that's
Where
great
is
news.
that, pre-bid meeting, pre-construction meeting or whatever?
For 61,
Is that scheduled? I'm just curious.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'd
See how
have
many
to-
show up. Hopefully.
I'll ask Chief Newberry though.
Then we're going to sealed bid on the Station 3.
Yeah, we have to.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and then the previous bidders will not be allowed to bid in that process
Oh, really?
by the RCW.
When do you anticipate that process beginning?
SNR has just drafted all the paperwork for us for the closed bid for 63, and usually it's open 3 weeks. So
3 weeks, okay.
yeah.
And then the one for Station 61, that closes on the 20th, or is that already closed?
I'm
Bidding
not sure.
process, okay.
I'm not sure about that one either.
All right.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
will
okay.
get all that to you
It's
though.
all
in
good.
email.
Well, we were talking about, we should have a bid by the second meeting in July.
I thought it was closing close to the 20th. Was what
Of
previous?
July.
Oh,
I'm
July.
thinking July.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did we, I think we did 6 weeks,
Okay.
7 weeks, I can't remember.
super quick, but.
That's okay. Needless to say, we've got permits, and we're moving forward there then.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did have to nudge the building department again and let them know that I needed instructions for the board on why the delay, so we got them the next day.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow. That's all for the chief's report?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Old business, Station 151 staffing.
So we had a joint meeting on the 31st with Clark Cowlitz where we, staff presented a staffing proposal to the board. The board doesn't take action during joint board meetings, it's more of a workshop, so staff would like direction on when the board would like to staff Station 151. And again, staff recommended, due to a number of reasons, that that start date be September 1st.
Any thoughts, gentlemen, on that? After the board workshop and the presentation?
Yeah, I thought it was a good presentation. I understand the issues around the September 1st start date. And as we said in the workshop, I think, we were sensitive to making sure we can minimize mandatory overtime during the summer months for our members out there. So as much as we'd like to start when Clark Cowlitz is starting, I think staff made a good proposal on why we should be starting September 1, which I support.
All right. Yeah, I would tend to agree as well. I think that summer months are a difficult time. And then that coupled with the number of folks that are already off on various forms of leave, I think that, financially a September start date makes the most sense.
I would concur, and I appreciate the fact that they were going to wait to do the grand opening the 1st September so we could do it together instead of having 2 separate openings, which we appreciated. So do we need a motion on that, Mr. Secretary, or just advise the chief?
I don't know that it's rises to the need for a motion.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Okay.
So I think we're in agreement, is that?
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that a September 1st start date would work best for the fire district. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Alrighty, with that, September 1st. New business part-time maintenance plan.
So we know that, well, first of all, I want to say I apologize for the late addition of this to the board packet. It took us a while to get numbers and figure out what direction we wanted to go. But with Pat retiring the end of June, we need to look at hiring a new part-time maintenance person. And one of the things that we're lacking in right now is being able to do our hydrant maintenance. So staff came up with a plan to look at hiring cadets, former cadets that could work over the summer and do hydrant maintenance for us and really knock out that program and try to get us a good leg up on it. So we've interviewed cadets. We have 4 candidates that staff really likes and that want to do the work. We would like to start them June 17th and work them till August 31st. So currently at what we pay Pat, we would have paid that same position $4,910.88 by hiring 4 cadets that all work 16 hours a week. And we recommended at $19 an hour and $20 an hour based on who could drive and who couldn't drive. So that total to hire those cadets would be $8,736. That's a difference of $3,825.12. We feel like with 2 teams of 2 and 4 cadets, we could really get those hydrants knocked out. Not only are they important to our community, they're important to our fire department, and they will help with our WSRB rating to get that portion of our water supply addressed. So that is a new position. By hiring those positions, there's no benefits or anything with those positions. It's just an hourly rate. And so it would take a motion of the board to change that staffing plan from June 17th to August 31st to have 4 cadets part-time.
What do you anticipate them being able to accomplish wholly throughout that, or totally throughout that whole period? Is there a number of hydrants, or what do you anticipate there?
Yeah, so Chief Newberry figured there were probably 8 to 10 hydrants a day, which
Okay.
that's really working hard. But if we could do that, I can't do the math in my head real quick, but 7 weeks times that, it would be a big hit, or a big accomplishment for us. We have about 4,000 hydrants in the district.
Okay.
They all need to be flowed and painted, and then debris and stuff going around them cut back. So that would be their main focus right now, to just make sure we flowed all our hydrants, painted them, marked them, and got them up to speed.
Okay. And if I read this right, that service then helps us with survey and ratings next year in 2024?
Yes, it does. Yeah, so we have to have a hydrant plan on how we flow our hydrants. Every single hydrant in our district has to be flowed every 3 years.
Every 3.
And so this gets us on that path to get that going.
Okay.
And it may be something that every summer we look at, you know, up in that position a little bit to get some of that work done.
Okay.
Pat's tried, but he has a lot of other duties besides just hydrants.
Well, 4,000 of them's a lot.
So my first comment is, that was one of your goals that we gave you for this year.
Yes.
Just so people know. And one of my complaints that they haven't been getting done. And I do think that we're somewhat judged by the public. They drive by and see a terrible looking hydrant buried in the weeds. I think it reflects on us to a certain extent. I really like the idea of using cadets. You know which are the good ones and which are the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we're getting 4 of the good ones. I think it's a great opportunity. Is there a reason why it's only 16 hours a week?
Because we thought 2 teams of 2 would get more work done, and so that's why Chief Newberry set it up like that. So it's really 32 hours a week for that team. But
For the 2 teams?
it's 64 hours a week for both teams. So each team does.
Well, if it's 16 hours a week, if they work 4 days, it'll be 4 hours a day.
So each kid does 16 hours a week. So
But they're teams of 2.
each team does 32 hours, each kid does 16 hours, for a total of 64 hours a week. Does that make sense?
I think they're only working 2 days a week, so 2 members working 2 days a week, and then the
Oh,
other
they're
2
two working
days,
the other 2.
different 2 members.
Okay.
I guess my point is,
I think it was his
if
plan.
one of them can work 3 days a week this week, and the next one, give us another day. I mean, if they get 1,200 hydrants done, they're probably going to be lucky if I do math quickly, which is not even a third.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to start at Deer Hills 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
No, I think it's a great idea, and I'm glad that we have some cadets that want to do it. I'm glad we have some good cadets that we can count on.
Mhm.
It's a lot of painting, it's a lot of work, some of us used to do that. And so I'd make a motion that we approve the 4 temporary positions outlined by the chief.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Just for clarification from the board, if they can work more hours,
Please
do we
do.
have the leeway to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that much more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's important. And survey and rating bureau, hydrants are a big deal.
Mhm.
They really are.
Yeah, water supply is a big portion of our grade.
Yep. Thank you for putting that together. That's a great suggestion. We can go out and advertise and try to find somebody like Pat. It's going to be really difficult. But utilizing our cadets, I think, was a great idea.
And all the credit goes to Chief Newberry. This was his idea, so. But I'll let him know.
All right, well, we'll look for some clean hydrants, and do they put down the little blue markers too, or is that part of it?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. All good stuff.
That's why 8 a day, 10 a day is going to be hustling if there's brush around them. I mean, that's, you got to wire brush and you got to, it's a lot of work.
Alrighty, next up I have executive session. The board will be moving into executive session in accordance with RCW 42.30.140 related to collective bargaining issues and negotiations. This executive session will last for 20 minutes, and that will take us to 8:43. Board met in executive session this evening and took no action. Next up, we have roundtable good of the order.
Real quickly, I was here for the open house for several hours. Extremely well attended, well put together. Didn't run out of hot dogs or fire hats. A lot of really positive comments in person, a lot of positive comments on Facebook. Cadets did a great job. We had a couple people I think came back and helped that did a great job too. So, to all involved, good job. It was well received.
Yeah, sounds like a well-attended event.
It was.
Which is great.
I sent the board an email today right before the meeting, but Tom Burke, who has been longtime legal partner with Brian Snur and helped the district in many things, passed away unexpectedly May 18th. So right now it doesn't sound like there's any service, but there is a donation location in that email if you guys so choose.
Okay.
Also, the fire marshal is retiring in a couple weeks. There will be an interim fire marshal, Max Booth, from the building department at the county. But they are meeting this week to talk about moving up the burn ban. Usually we start that July 1st, and they want to move it up. Yesterday the crews were very busy. I'm sure you saw in the paper and on I Spy, but they went from one fire to a next for a flurry. And then last thing is June 20th is our flag ceremony to recognize our employees that retired. We'll do that at 5 o'clock with your meeting to follow at 6.
Alrighty, thank you.
I want to say meeting to follow at 6 or meeting to follow when we're done with. We have what, 6 or 7? It could take a while. I don't think we'll be done by 6 easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty, any questions this evening?
None.
Okay, alrighty, well with that, we'll need to authorize payment of current bills, pre-authorization transmittal, authorize monthly commissioner compensation.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Meeting is adjourned.